On a snowman head. I'm going to put it on this. I don't really know what I'm going to call this or what it's going to be, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So this is just some thick fabric, and I'm going to use some Liquitex matte gel to adhere it to. Oops, just a minute. I need to back up. I need to stain this first. It's already got a light stain on it, but I want it to be a little bit darker. So, and I'm going to dry it up. It's not completely dry, but it's fine. So now I'm going to add the matte gel. Like I said, this is Liquitex Acrylic Mediums Matte Gel. And you can see that it's a lot thicker than Mod Podge. This stuff is good for when you're putting papers down on your surface as well. I'm just going to add it all over. I like the thickness of this glue. It's great for mixed media art as well. It's great for all art. And this, you can also add it to your paint. And it helps to thicken the paint up. It's really great stuff. I'm just gonna adhere it to this. I'm gonna get on there nice and tight. So the fabric is still a little bit wet, and that's fine. Because I think it adheres better to the can. I'm just gonna add a little bit onto there. And I'd have to add some hot glue just to tack those ends down a little bit. If it starts to come apart, I will add the, if it starts to come apart a little bit, then I'll add the hot glue, but these strands are pulling it all up, so, okay. It's on there nice and tight. I'm just gonna let it dry. And then I'm going to add my snowman head. I don't think my glue is hot enough yet. That's okay, we'll get to it. Perfect. So then once that's dry, I'm gonna go ahead and, once that's glued on, I'm gonna go ahead and add her head or his head to this can. But I also have one of my labels I'm going to be putting on here. So this is one of my labels. It's part of my snowman, one of my snowman sets. You can find them on in my shop, willowheartprims.com. And I'm just going to age this up a little bit more. And get those edges all frayed. Let me try that up just a little bit.
I'm going to add this to the front with some more with some of the matte gel in just a minute. And I'm just I just like to use my fingers to apply it. And I'm going to just add it sporadically around so that it will, I don't want it to be fully attached to it. I do want some areas to be coming up as if it's been around a while, aged a little bit. Okay. Now let me get my brown paint, and we're going to do those edges up. I'm going to use some of this brown paint. And this is just Valspar dark brown. It's called Fired Earth in the flat. I'm just going to go around these edges, and it's still damp, so it's giving it the look that I like it's not been painted on there, like it's happened over time. Yeah, I'm just going to do these at the bottom of this. I'm going to have to tack that down as soon as that glue gun warms up. My battery operated one, it decided it wanted to quit. So it's over there charging. Let's see if this is ready yet. I just need a little tack of it. There you go. Just a little bit. Now I've got to get these edges done up so it looks like, you know, when you have held a can, you know, you get fingerprints, it gets dirty. Oh. There. All right. Now I'm going to put the snowman's head on here. I'm going to use the E6000. This stuff always takes forever to come out, so I'm going to put this on the top here. Add a little bit of this just around the edges to help adhere it. And this glue gun is still taking its time heating up. I'm going to put her head, or his head, onto the top right here. Make sure the face lines up with the label on the front. And that label's so cute. All right, so her head's on there. I guess it's going to be a girl because I have this pink, watered down pink paint here. And I'm going to, it's just, this is just some sweater fabric that I got from Walmart. You can get like, I don't know, 2 yards of it for like $6 or something.
And I'm just going to randomly put the pink paint onto the fabric. And this this sweater material, I had cut it and then I ripped it. Have y'all seen the fabric at Walmart in the big bundles where you can get, you know, like 2 yards or 4 yards? All right, put that aside. Dry it up a bit. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do around the edges of this with the brown, just to give it a little bit of extra oomphy oomph. And it's just a light, it's just doing it light on here, just to give it a little bit of grungy look to it, a little bit of an aged look. All right. Now, her head is not attached. It's not dry. So you have to be very careful. And then we're going to put this around her neck. Don't want your head popping off. Get it up and around your neck. You know what, we're gonna have to go around twice on this because your head is not secure on there yet because that E6000 is trying to dry. So let's go around a couple of times. There you go. There. Then when she's dry, when her head is dry, I can manipulate the scarf a little bit better when her head is dry. But let's bring it up. Look how cute she's looking. And that pink is just a very light pink. Just a very light pink. And it's called Seashell Pink by Folk Art, and I just added some water and watered it down. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Actually, I think I'm gonna dip into the walnut ink here and wet some of that old paint that was on here and just go around the edges here a little bit more. Trying to hold her and do this so that you can see, because I don't want her head to pop off. I'm just trying to get those back ends a little grungy. There. She's looking so cute so far. Look at her. She's looking so cute. Don't want to tip her over too much, or that her little head will pop off. We don't want your little head popping off. We got to do something about that though. It's got to be a little bit longer. And the edges need to be a little more frayed. I'm just gotta stretch it out and kind of make it look like it's all worn and torn. So now we can add a little bit. Let's just trim this. Just give a little bit of a hole in there. Just a little bit. Look at her. She's so cute. We need to give her some rosy cheeks. To find her. And these are just oil pastel pen, oil pastel, like a crayon, but it's oil. So I have the red, and then I have the brown, and I like to just mix it up over here off to the side, because I don't want her cheeks to be so rosy that I don't like fully rosy cheeks. Darn, that's not even showing any rosy. Okay, come on. There we go. I just want them to be light and pink. And her eyes were needle felted on. Look at her little, okay, she's so sweet. So her eyes and her mouth were needle felted on. And her nose is just a twig from outside. So we're gonna make her a little hat. Let's make her a little hat from the fabric from down here. So I'm just going to trim a little bit of that. All right. All right, one a little bit darker. And this is walnut ink that I'm spritzing on here. I like the look of walnut ink. It's more brown than coffee. Coffee is just a little too orange for what I like, so. I'm just going to add just a little dollop of the hot glue here so I can roll this up. And then you just roll to the thickness that you like. I like to make it kind of chunky so it will stand up straight on her head. All right, now let's get that stained up a little bit. Distressed a little bit, I mean, with the paint again. And this is just a chip brush. Some of the bristles I trimmed down to make it smaller, shorter on there, so then it's easier to distress with. Then I'm going to add a little pink strip. I'm going to take this and I'm going to paint it with the pink paint that we use so it can tie into that. It's not super pink, it's very light on her sweater, but I just want to pull that color. You'll find I use my fingers to paint with. It just, sometimes it's just easier than grabbing that paintbrush and it's all, you gotta rinse it and, okay. That's off to the side. And can you see it just adds just a little hue of pink? Not a whole lot. And that's okay, because I like making the snowmen to be neutral colored. Oh my goodness, that glue got all over that. All right. All right. Sorry about that. There. There. Oh, I need to make a bottom to her hat as well. So then you're just going to cut a little circle out of your fabric. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry about that. And so when you have it like this, when you want to fray the edges, you can either go like that and get frayed edges if you don't want to paint or anything, but or stain it. This fabric is very frays beautifully. I love the way it frays. All right, let me dry this up. All right, and then see, we have a little hat for her. Just going to put a little dollop of E6000 and then just a touch of this. Just to attach it to this. Her brim. And then we have her little hat. And her head still isn't dry yet, but we're going to put that onto the side. It's going to be so cute. Find the back of that. Okay, it's there. All right. There. Isn't she cute? Look at her. With her little label on the front. So cute. These threads. But there we have her. We're all done. And this is just a round fabric head, painted white, and then aged with some walnut ink. You can use coffee stain, tea stain. Her scarf is made from sweater material, lightly colored with this pink watered down paint. And we can add a little bit more in there. It's just so light that it's not really going to show up, but it just gives it just a little bit of a touch of the color. Yes. So cute. She will be available on my in my Etsy shop. The labels are in my Etsy shop. If you have any questions or anything, just let me know, and you can visit my Etsy shop at willowheartprints.etsy.com. Thanks so much for being along with me today. I hope you have a great day and have fun making pretty pieces. Bye.